The 90-day money reset that took me from broke to stable. Most people don't struggle with money because they're bad at math. They struggle because they don't have a clear plan. When your money has no direction, it's really easy for it to disappear. Bills, subscriptions, random spending, and suddenly the paycheck is gone. And if you've ever tried to fix your finances, you've probably noticed something else. There's way too much advice out there. Budget this way. Invest that way. Use this strategy. Avoid that strategy. It can get overwhelming fast. So in this video, I'm going to simplify everything. I'm going to walk you through a 90-day financial reset, step by step. By the end of these 90 days, you'll have a clear understanding of where your money goes, a system for saving and investing, and a plan to grow your income. And the best part is we're going to break it down week by week, so it's actually doable. Let's get started. Week 1, face your numbers. The first week is all about getting honest about your money. Before you can improve your finances, you need to know exactly what's happening with them right now. Think about it like a business. Every successful company tracks two things: revenue, how much money comes in; expenses, how much money goes out. If you walked into a major company and asked them their numbers, they would know them immediately. But a lot of people have no idea where their money actually goes. So here's your task for week 1. Pull up the last 3 months of your financial statements. That means bank accounts, credit cards, loan payments, and anything you spend money with. Now categorize every expense into 3 simple groups. First, fixed expenses. These are the things you have to pay regularly, like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, subscriptions. Second, lifestyle spending, things that are optional like eating out, shopping, travel, entertainment. Third, debt payments, things like credit cards, personal loans, or student loans. The goal here is simple. By the end of this week, you should know how much money you earn each month, how much you spend in each category, and how much is left over. That leftover money is basically your financial profit. And most people are surprised by what they discover when they do this exercise. Week 2, cut the easy expenses. Now that you know where your money goes, week 2 is about trimming unnecessary spending. Start by listing your expenses from largest to smallest. Then go through each one and ask a simple question. Can I reduce this by 10 to 30%? You don't need to eliminate everything. You're just looking for easy wins. For example, if you spend a lot on ride sharing, maybe you can walk or take transit more often. If your car insurance is high, compare quotes from other providers. If eating out is costing hundreds each month, try cooking at home more often. Cancel subscriptions you barely use. Little changes add up quickly. Saving $400 a month might not sound life-changing, but that's almost $5,000 per year. That money could go toward paying off debt, investing, building an emergency fund. The point is simple. Once you start paying attention to your spending, you'll naturally find ways to improve it. Week 3, automate your money. Week 3 is where things start working in your favor automatically. Instead of relying on willpower, you're going to build a system. First, open a high-yield savings account if you don't already have one. This is where your short-term savings should live. Then set up automatic transfers every time you get paid. A percentage of your paycheck should immediately move to savings, investments, before you have a chance to spend it. Even something simple like 10% of your income can make a massive difference over time. Because when money is automated, you stop relying on motivation. Your system does the work for you. Week 4, make a debt plan. If you have high-interest debt, week 4 is about building a strategy to eliminate it. Start by listing all your debts with total balance, interest rate, minimum payment. Then decide how much extra you can realistically pay each month. Even an extra $50 or $100 can dramatically reduce how long you stay in debt. Another smart move. Call your credit card company and ask if they can lower your interest rate. Might sound strange, but companies sometimes agree, especially if you've been a reliable customer. And lowering that rate could save you hundreds or even thousands in interest. Week 5. Build your first emergency fund. This week's goal is simple. Save your first $1,000 emergency fund. Why $1,000? Because it gives you a small financial cushion, car repair, unexpected bill, medical expense. Instead of putting it on a credit card, you have cash ready. To reach this faster, you can sell things you no longer use. Take on a small side hustle. Redirect money you saved from cutting expenses. Once you reach that first $1,000 milestone, you'll start feeling a lot more in control. Week 6. Start investing. Week 6 is when we start thinking about long-term wealth. Historically, one of the most powerful ways to grow money has been investing in the stock market. Instead of trying to pick individual stocks, a simple strategy is investing in index funds. An index fund tracks hundreds of companies at once, giving you instant diversification. Over long periods of time, the stock market has historically averaged around 8 to 10% annual returns. The key here isn't timing the market, it's consistency. Invest regularly. Leave the money alone and let time do the heavy lifting. Week 7. Increase your income. So far, we've focused on spending, but there's another side to the equation, income. You can only cut expenses so much, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. This week, think about ways to increase your income. That could mean asking for a raise, switching jobs, starting a side hustle, or learning a higher-paying skill. Even an extra few $100s per month can completely change your financial trajectory. Week 8. Set a savings goal. Week 8 is about giving your money a clear purpose. Pick a goal and write it down. Examples might be building a full emergency fund, saving for a house down payment, paying off a loan, or funding travel. Once you have the goal, calculate how much you need to save each month to reach it. Writing down your goal makes it real, and people who write down their goals are far more likely to achieve them. Week 9. Decide how you use credit cards. Credit cards can either help you or completely wreck your finances. If you're disciplined and pay your balance in full every month, they can offer rewards and help build your credit. But if you tend to overspend, the high interest rates can trap you in debt. The key is knowing yourself. If credit cards cause problems for you, it's okay to avoid them. Financial stability is more important than rewards points. Week 10. Track your net worth. Now it's time to zoom out and look at the big picture. Your net worth is simply everything you own minus everything you owe. Assets might include savings, investments, property. Liabilities include loans, credit cards, car debt. Tracking this number regularly helps you see progress over time, and watching that number grow is incredibly motivating. Week 11. Review your spending again. At this point, it's been about 2 months since you first analyzed your spending. So this week, repeat the exercise. Look at your recent transactions and see what's changed. Are you spending less? Did any new financial leaks appear? This check-in helps you stay accountable and adjust your plan if needed. Week 12. Plan your financial future. You made it to the end of the 90-day reset. Now it's time to think bigger. Ask yourself 3 questions. What do you want financially in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Maybe it's saving $10,000, buying a home, starting a business, or reaching financial independence. Break those big goals into smaller steps. Then schedule a financial check-in with yourself every few months to track progress. Because building wealth isn't about one big decision. It's about consistent small actions over time. If you actually follow this 90-day plan, your finances will look completely different 3 months from now. You'll have control over your spending, systems that automate your money, a plan for saving and investing, and a clearer vision for your future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.